Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Page number 84 to 86. That is why the second is not required. Adwaitam is the truth, only truth, and nothing but the truth. Say the Vedantam. Our Acharya, Sri Shankara, has shown it like a torch held above the head, telling us not to forget. His Bhashyam is known as Bhashya Deepam, but the trouble is that in their keenness to propagate their philosophy, the moment Deivattin is mentioned somewhere in passing, they start rattling that it is the end of the Vedas without any reference to the context as to what is being said, by whom, to whom. What is the need of aspiring for moksham? There is two. Swami is different and the Jivan is different. In Brihadaranyakam 1.4.10, it is said that one who is devoted to a divinity different to himself is animal-like. This would mean that he remains animal-like even after his release to or moksha. There is a sect known as Shaiva Siddhanta who is exactly like a Vaishnava Adwaitins in all their beliefs with one amendment: for Vishnu, read Shiva. The Shaiva Siddhantis and Vishnu Adwaitins will interpret this above statement to mean differently to suit their viewpoint. Here the Sanskrit text reads Anyam Deivattam Pasate. Here, instead of taking it to mean being devoted to a Devata other than oneself, they will interpret it to mean being devoted to the Devata other than Shiva, Vishnu respectively, by Shaiva Siddhantis, Shishtadvaitins. We may ask as to how do I find fault with their interpretation. Immediately following, the sentence in the Upanishad contains Anyam Devatam Upasate Anyosau Anyoham Asmeti. The underlined portion, after separating the words individually, would read Anyaha Asau Anyaha Aham Asmi Iti. This means this Devata to whom I am praying is something other than myself. If you have such an attitude, you are as good as an animal, says the Upanishad. When you pray to God in this form, or God in that form, as long as you think of God as something other than yourself, and as you are something other than God, you are no better than an animal. The dispute is not about whether you pray to Shiva or Vishnu. So here too, the Upanishad is underlining the devotee's oneness with divinity and not differentiating between the devotees or different names of God. Our religion is mainly made up of devotees of Shiva and Vishnu, known as Saivam and Vaishnava. For long, these two sects have been at loggerheads with each other, claiming their own God to be greater than the other. But our Acharya, who does not differentiate between God and devotee, would never compare or contrast Shiva and Vishnu. For him, all gods are different forms of one and the same God only. But all the other Siddhantis are differentiators. Some will say that Shiva is Parameshwara. Some will claim the supremacy of Vishnu. If you look at what Upanishad says about this, you will see that Acharyas and Vedas views concur. In that important 10 Upanishads, the word Vishnu and Shiva occur only once, in separate places. In Mandokya Upanishad, towards the end, it says that beyond the three states of Jagrat, Swapna and Sushupti, the Turiya state is Shivam. So here too, the talk is about totally salubrious state of Shivam and not about the form of Shiva as a Murti. In Kata Upanishad 3.9, there is a mention that the Jiva is matured in wisdom using Buddhi as a Sarathi. Controlling the five senses, reaches the destination Vishnu. Again, it is not talking about a place, but an inanimate state beyond which there is no beyond. In Rigveda Samhita 1.2.22, there is a mention Tad Vishnoha Paramam Padam, saying that the great Jnanis, which is called Suris, are all the same, are all the time perceiving the zenith or Shangri-La Vishnu. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Rama 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 Rama.